Test, test. Hi, everybody. I've been told by a friend I should record all the sketchy stuff I should do or I'm doing. Oh, do you like my welding cart, my fire extinguisher? Yeah. So this is a 1984 S10 Chevrolet because Ford didn't make them. Yeah. So you can see it's got a pretty decent paint job on it. Yeah, none of that stain. I got a parts truck right now. And I've just finished stripping this down. Pretty much everything in here. Might still swap out the brake booster. Whoa, this is weird. Never recorded before. Might swap out the brake booster. And I might have to swap this out for ABS because I'm swapping in everything off of a 93 truck, which you'll see at a later date or time in this video. I don't know yet. But yeah, it's all stripped down here. And it's all stripped down the cab. As you can see, my floors were Swiss cheese. So what am I doing? I'm just screwing this up more and fixing it. So just working on putting down some ugliness in there because totally did not know there was a cab support like or cab mount support plate below the floor pan. So of course I just sawed right through it, my trusty Harbor Freight angle grinder, and yeah, did some Googling because I'm like, why isn't the floor coming apart? And well, there's a big panel right there. So fixing that, that's okay. And I got some of these off of eBay. Pretty nice. I mean, obviously this isn't paint. This is EDP, whatever, something. Not the cupcake guy, but there's a coating for that. I'll put it in the description because there's a word for what that is. It's like barely primer. But yeah, that's not paint. You got to paint that. Yeah, so holding that. Oh yeah, I got them off eBay. It's like, why don't you get them off LMC Truck or something? Because LMC Trucks are just as China as eBay's, and these were much cheaper. I'm no welder. I'm barely a mechanic. But yeah, I'm using a Yes Welder MIG 205 DS, which is their multi-process dual voltage, and you can see I'm using 120. Ignore the sketchy. I am in a very sketchy garage right now. It's more so a carport. But yeah, so I don't know. Just figure I'd start recording. So I'll come back when that's done. All right. So I keep the camera about this close because you don't need to see any closer to that. Ugh. Yeah. There's something there. I'm gonna hit it with a flap disc and see how many pinholes I have, and patch those. Maybe flap disc one more time or grinder. Fucking. And yeah, we'll call that good. Then I'll lay down a hit of paint and then put the floor pan in, start tacking in the floor pan. And I've seen multiple ways that people try to attach this panel to their floor pan. If you can't tell, the frame is in the way. The catalytic converter's in the way. This cross member's in the way. And the cab mount is kind of in the way also. So you can't really, at least as much as I want to think about it, you don't really have a good way to weld that whole seam around. So I've seen someone just drill a bunch of holes through their floor pan, tack that to the floor, or tack that to this plate here, and then yeah, I don't know. I think that's all right, just to kind of attach it to it, and then I'm probably gonna go under, put some seam sealer all the way around, just to kind of keep all the crap out. But yeah, I'm gonna grind that down, see how it looks, maybe touch it up a little bit, and I'll come back when I'm done. I'm done. Yeah, so splatter. Sounds like bacon in a Taco Bell bathroom. Kind of both effects. Yeah, kind of ground it down just a little bit and kind of checked a couple places. And, honestly, I don't weld, if you can't tell. Well, maybe this will focus here. Yeah, so honestly, that's a lot better than having a massive gap through it. So, yeah, we're going to call that good. I'm going to wire wheel this whole plate and then go find something to paint over it because I don't ever really want to do this again, at least in the next 20 years. So something to stop the rust would be pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with the Yes Welder, just a recent addition to the junk I own. Yeah, it made it really easy. I'm on manual MIG right now, and I'm using 23 thou wire, just all CO2, because this is clearly not a quality job. Yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm going to wire wheel this, find something to paint it with, and then I'll get on to the floors. Also, something I've noticed, this is an 84 cab, right? So, oh, ouch. Ow. That might hurt. So they took this gap, you can see, and just body fillered it in. Seam sealer, whatever you call it, from factory. So, the truck is made at 40 years, so I'm kind of half tempted to just do that again. Then you get over here and you're like, oh! So we won't look too hard into that. I'll just kind of over that area and call that good. But, yep. And then I got to do the driver's side. So, got that all primered and painted up. It's still curing. That's why it's just so awesome. My paints of choice were the first things I found. So I had this. That's it, primer. I was like, cool. Looking for a paint. That wasn't like a high temp paint. And this is what I do, like my frames and stuff, like up here. All this was done with this farm enamel stuff. Get it in a can over there, along with a like just a Rust-Oleum rust. I'll show you guys. Oh, I forgot to put this cap back on. Had to clean out the tip of a paint can. I didn't have any rags with me, so there's my shirt. So, yeah. So I use high performance metal primer, industrial strength rust inhibitor for cleaner, lightly rusted metal. That's what I use for like frames and stuff. I just brush it on, and then under all that is this. So that's what I use. Put this all back together there. But yep. So painted that and letting it cure. And I had a thought. I was like, it'd be really funny if like welding to that panel now, because I said I was gonna like drill holes through the floor to attach to that panel, if that's like flammable, or if that's just going to cause a big fire. So, I mean, I have a fire extinguisher, so I'm okay, but I would prefer to not light everything on fire if I could. So I'm painting a random strip of metal I found, and I'm going to weld on it, see if it just combusts. So in the meantime, while I wait for that to cure and wait to figure out if it'll just ignite, I'm going to start cutting out that just absolute hellscape over there. If you can see through the floor and a couple places. Why am I using this cab, you may ask? Well, it was the lesser of two evils. When I eventually get the 1993 S10 over, and tear it apart, I'll absolutely show you. Because I think I pulled up the carpet, and I literally could not even see the cab mount. It was just all gone. So, yep. But, yeah, my phone's getting kind of low, so there might be a lot more progress by the next time I record, or maybe not at all, because I'll think of something. I don't know, but yep. You need to get in the... Okay. All right, well, done a lot. So this paint is just the right amount of dirty now. Excellent. Yeah, great. I'll just... we'll call that good. Yeah, so that cured up well. Oh, not really. I can touch it, I guess. It's gonna wait a while. And then I was doing that test piece, like I'd mentioned, with the paint in case it was flammable. And so I just got done painting that. And yeah, it didn't light on fire at all. And I'm like, excellent. So I'm gonna call that good. Yeah. So that's awesome. Oh, what's that? Duh. Yeah, so cut out this fucking Swiss cheese nonsense. Quite a bit more than what I had the pan for. So this is very, very crudely in. So I can get to focus here. We'll just call that focus. So yeah, very, very crudely in. I just kind of cut off a corner there and bit there, and you're like, wait, that's a lot of hole. Wait a second. That's weird. This is we'll call that surface rust, and we'll ignore that for now. Yeah, so you might be like, well, what are you going to weld to if you're going to cut it all out? And yeah, I'll come back and do some CAD and make a panel to put in there. This bit here, let's get close up there. I don't really know what I'm going to do about this yet. Maybe I'll just kind of call that good. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, this still fits like garbage, so I got a lot more work to do here. Very crudely in, but yeah, I just cut out the majority of the metal. And I didn't nick the frame. I got to vacuum all that crap up. And, this out of the way. This panel, I was like feeling around the bottom. I was like, oh yeah, there's a little curve right here. And I think that is the actual cab mount. I'm like, all right. End of that curve right here. No, right through the center there. Yeah, cut right through it again, just like I did on that one, but not as far this time. So I'll just plug that up. And I gotta somehow get the floor off of this because it's just kind of stuck to it the whole way around. Yeah, I don't know. Last time, the way I got it off before, I just kind of sat here with a grinder and a chisel and just kind of beat the hell out of it the entire time. Yeah, yep. Didn't nick the brake lines or this. This is actually wiring. This is like a loom here. There's like a couple wires in this. I'm assuming for like tail lights and stuff. And then I don't know what this is. Maybe fuel level. Since it had a mechanical pump in the carbureted 2.8 that was in it. Yeah, and you might be like, wow, how did you not nick these? Carefully, I guess. I was like, yeah, I'm not using this harness if I don't have to because I have a whole nother parts truck, and it sucked to hit this, so I just kind of watching for this. Not nicking this was a bonus. I just kind of. If I could give one piece of advice, it is do not give Stevie Wonder an angle grinder, because I am just proof that, oh my gosh, I was just waiting for this thing to blow up in my face. But yep, I'm gonna do some vacuuming now. And yeah, I don't know what else I get done today. Like I had mentioned, my phone's getting pretty low, and it's even lower now. But yep, it's looking good. I might just try to see how well I can fit up this panel, and then yeah, once that's pretty good, then I might start tacking in that other side. Warning, headphone users. Yeah, so I might start tacking that in. I'm not too sure yet. We'll see. Been a little bit since an update. As you can see, my buddy Jeff's helping out. Whoa. So yeah, got a ton of welding done over here. I'm gonna try to cover my eyes. Just a lot of gross spot welds. You might be like, holy shit, how are you that in? Well, I might just seam sealer that. But yep, going pretty good. Gotta make a panel to patch that up. Jeff's working on doing all of this because that whole side was fucking rotted. So God bless him. Got a little bit more to do there, but this will totally get done today. So just well, Jeff's running to go get his welding helmet because the batteries are dead in mine. Can't see in the center of my eyes type beat. Just kidding. But if I didn't stop, I would totally be there. So yeah, as you can see, there's well, probably honestly not a lot of change from the last video that I can think of. But got this side pretty much almost completely welded in. We made this patch panel here, and we'll butt weld that up. This is all butt welded around. But yeah, so this side's pretty much good. Those are the holes I was talking about. Might go back and fill some more weld in there. But yeah, that's to attach it to the upper cab mount support. And then over here, so we cut out a lot of this stock, I guess, cross member. There's nothing under here. This is literally just cab floor. Whoa, fuck. Sorry, I'm trying to stabilize myself. So yeah, so Jeff went through and made a bunch of panels to kind of recreate that. We'll go through and do a cut and butt. throughout there. So these are all butt welds and no longer lapped metal. But this is going around really well too. Definitely forgot to clean up that upper cab mount support, which really sucks. Pretty much we put this in as a temp, you can see how widely spaced these spot welds are, as temporary so we could start fabbing up this stuff. But then I just started welding everything, and I was like, oh crap. So I'm gonna drill a bunch of holes again throughout here, and I might go back and add more. Put a bunch of holes in, and then get like some like Pour 15 or some sort of converter and just dump it all down there and just call that good. If you see here, that's all super awesome and crusty and holes, and so we're gonna go through and probably just cut out this whole section here, dig out all that loose shit stuff with like a vacuum, and again we'll put in a little panel, maybe leave a little hole so I can like Pour 15 through it or something. But yeah, oh, and there's the other patch panel for there. This might look bad. This is really just surface rust. We kind of tapped through it. It was totally fine. This, on the other hand, I was able to take a pry bar and literally just jab straight through it. So that's bad. But yeah, this is all going good. All going good. Early tomorrow. Early tomorrow I'll come by and do a lot of the welding, and then breathe in even more fumes if you can't see on the camera right now. So yeah, if I don't pass out, get a battery for my helmet, and yeah, we'll finish this up, and then it's onto the fuel system, which we'll cover that in another video. Alrighty, guys. So hopefully you like that little time lapse there. You might comment, "Oh, you're gonna ruin your phone camera." This is like an $80 Motorola. This is pretty much stripper spec, so I don't really care. It's fine. Hope you guys like that little dual wheeled action. I'm in a super dark garage in a mega unlit area. Windows and doors are all open and everything, and yeah, no, the only way I can see is if I shine a light right in my face. I have an auto darkening helmet, which, if you can't tell, got a new battery for $6 for 2 at Walmart. Harbor Freight does not sell those types of batteries, and Batteries Plus wanted 10 for 2, a brand I've never heard of before. So, yeah, that is insane. That's like diamond level robbery. And I mean by that, diamonds are so blown out of proportion price-wise, and I assume batteries are the same way. That's absurd. But yeah, so just getting this done here. Got a couple big gaps. Seam sealer. Then, yeah, should be able to patch up some parts here. A little blow-through action. I had to stop the time-lapse because my nozzle got clogged, which the Yes welder has just a wire feed button, so I'm not wasting gas. I just pushed that, and it just unclogged itself. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, I got to go through, weld up this the best I can, which is pretty bad. And then I got to go through and cut through a bunch of this stuff, and that kept me up all night. Not actually, but I thought about that a lot, and I think what I'm going to do it right, like cut here, lift this panel up. I might just grind those off so I could just, or maybe I'll keep them there so I can bend it straight back down. Actually, I'm going to do that. So yeah, so cut, lift it up, grind it down, paint it, whatever. That might give me some better access to see the this rabbit hole of Wonderland there. So yeah, yep, just a little update. I'm gonna go through and I think, just put my foot on a bolt. Ow. Oh yeah, if you guys like the way I was sitting, that adds about 20 to my welding skill. So don't even sweat it. Feel free to try. You lay down just the absolute best beads of your life. So yeah, you might be wondering how are we doing with the fumes and everything? Well, I've only inhaled about 6 pounds of whatever this paint is made of. Lead or other awesomeness. Metal dust, yeah, something good. Magnetic dirt, all that great stuff. And so, someone brought it to my attention. They're like, you have a respirator, why don't you wear one? And I'm like, well, okay, but I don't really want to. So grabbed a box frame from my house, a little third window action. This is third window superiority. Put the bolts in for my seat belts. And just, a little ratchet strap. Boom. Call me HVAC because this air is circulating. So, yeah, I mean, it actually works really well. So, no need for respirators. But, yep. Okay, well, packing up today. Jeff and I made awesome progress. This is damn near done. Yeah, boy. I'm starting to run low on welding wire. I only had a 2-pound spool, so I'm starting to hit the end of that. Got another one on the way. And I'll come through and patch the rest of this, seam sealer, finish up this side and all that. But, yep, got a patch panel in, another panel in, actually fit really well. And then we'll probably just do another small one right here as like a kind of a chamfer. But, yep, this is just sitting here. Put in, all cleaned up, ready for paint. It's like sub 40 degrees today, so we're freezing out here. But yep, nope. This will be the last video for last little segment I'll film for the welding, because we're hopefully gonna go see if the how the other truck runs, get it over here, and then start swapping fuel and everything. Really get on this, because all this stuff, now that the floor is structurally sound again, I can like sit in here and not sink down 6 inches. I can totally start working on other stuff. Weld this at a later date. The unbolted the bed today on this truck, so it's completely ready to move. Yeah. So fueled by Miller Lite and just sheer freezing our asses off. So. All right, just hold it right there.